Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a series that for a while we were calling COD or This Week in Call of Duty, but recently we have changed the name to the Call of Duty Weekly Reload. Still willing to change the name. We'll have to wait to see how things go. You guys can let me know down in the comments what you think for a name for this series. But as far as this week goes, we essentially have three big stories. The first of which is the closing or the end of a Call of Duty game. The second is a couple of developers leaving Infinity Ward that were a really big part of Modern Warfare 2019, and we're going to talk about what that means for the future of Modern Warfare. And then finally, of course, just like the title says, we have the ending of Season 3, as well as a new weapon being added into Black Ops Cold War and Warzone today, which is of course the AMP-63, the new fully automatic pistol, which you can use akimboed and will probably break Warzone once again, but I guess we'll have to wait to see until we get our hands on that thing. But first, let's start off with the two other stories. So the story that I actually want to start with today has to do with a couple of developers leaving Infinity Ward. We have Taylor Kurosaki and Jacob Minkoff. If I butchered their names, I apologize, but they have left Infinity Ward, and essentially what their job was the creative directors revolving around the story of Modern Warfare, the campaign, the characters, things along those lines. Of course, there's a whole team that goes along with them, but these two were kind of the heads. When I went to go see Modern Warfare early, these are two of the people that talked about the game, gave us background, told us how they wanted it to be ripped from the headlines, and kind of made Modern Warfare what it was. Now, I will say they also worked on Infinite Warfare, which, as you guys know, I really don't like that campaign. I know I'm one of the few that are in that boat. A lot of people really did like that campaign, but wasn't my cup of tea. But they were a huge part of Modern Warfare 2019, which is one of my favorite Call of Duty games of all time. Now, these two have now left the studio and left with this statement. Earlier this year, we decided to move on from Infinity Ward to pursue a rare and exciting new opportunity. It was an honor to be a part of the studio for the last 7 years. We're so proud of what we created together with Modern Warfare and Infinite Warfare. We wish the team nothing but the best. So what's next for us? We can't say much for now, but we're looking forward to sharing more with you soon. So by the sounds of it, if I was guessing about this, I would be guessing that they're either going and creating their own studio or going and working as creative directors on another game or another set of games. Minkoff, or Jacob, he was previously working at Naughty Dog as a creative director on things like the Uncharted series. I'm sure he had some hand to play with The Last of Us. So clearly he is very skilled at that narrative design and very, very good at it, with Modern Warfare as no exception to that. But it does have me a little bit worried as for what is next with Modern Warfare, because as we know, the next Infinity Ward game is going to be a Modern Warfare game going into the more Task Force 141 things, and without these guys here, it has me a little bit worried for how good the story is actually going to be. And as you guys know, that's a really big thing for me. So I'm interested to see who's kind of hopping into their shoes, taking over that spot, and really interested to see when we get more information, which probably won't be for like a year from now. So unfortunately that won't be the case, but my fingers are crossed. Hopefully someone great takes their shoes and really brings that next level to the next Infinity Ward game. Second story that we have here revolves around Call of Duty Online. Essentially, they ended Call of Duty Online. Now, if you don't know what that is, essentially it's a game made by Tencent, of course, using Call of Duty, that had a bunch of different weapons and maps from various different Call of Duty games that you could play online for free. It was like a free-to-play Call of Duty game, very similar to Call of Duty Mobile. And the reason why they're doing this is they're more so pushing forward Call of Duty Mobile. In fact, if you played Call of Duty Online, you can get exclusive rewards in Call of Duty Mobile, and they're just kind of putting all their eggs in one basket instead of having two baskets, essentially. I think it's a good move, considering no one else in the world could really play Call of Duty Online, which was a shame because that was something that I always wanted. I would love to see in the future a free-to-play Call of Duty game with weapons from various different games, with maps from various different games, with kill streaks from various different games, all put into one free-to-play experience. Of course, there would be microtransactions to go with it, but as we know, with the yearly release of Call of Duty, that just ain't gonna happen. So for now, you have Call of Duty Mobile, you have Warzone, and then you have your yearly Call of Duty release. That's not changing anytime soon. This is the only news with it. It's over. If you played Call of Duty Online, I apologize, man. So moving into what is out this week and what is coming this week. First off, we have the new pistol. It came out today, the AMP-63. As you can see, it's a fully auto pistol with a fast fire rate, with improved bullet velocity and moderate recoil. This is going to be really interesting akimboed in Warzone. I'm interested to see how good it is, because every time they add in akimbo pistols, they're really overpowered. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one is as well. As you can see, the challenge for this one is eliminate 5 enemies in 20 different completed matches. That is going to take some time. Now, there is another way of doing it, which I do think is quite a bit faster, and that is through zombies. If you go to zombies, as you can see, you have to get 400 critical hits against zombies, which you should very easily be able to do in one game, and probably take around 20 to 25 minutes if you do it quickly. So if you're gonna unlock this thing, this is probably the best way to do so. Now, the other way to get this is by just simply purchasing it. You can get the Gamma Ray edition, which, as you can see here, has a bunch of different attachments, looks pretty good. And essentially that's all you get with that bundle though, other than a charm, emblem, sticker, and then finally, of course, 2 tier skips. So nothing crazy, and it is pretty cheap at 1,000 COD points, but it's also pretty easy to play one game of zombies and unlock this bad boy. Now, the other thing is this weekend is double XP weekend for weapon XP. So if you want to level this bad boy up, this weekend is probably a good time to do so. Now, also this week, the 80s Action Heroes event is set to end, yet we are still getting some things for it. For example, this playlist this week that we are getting is called Action Hero Mosh Pit, which is a combination of Die Hardpoint and Rambo's Gun Game combined into one playlist as the kind of event of 80s Action Heroes is wrapping up. Now, of course, because of this, you are going to have a limited amount of time to do the challenges. You have to be done them by this Thursday. So if you haven't completed them yet, make sure you're on top of that. The other thing that we are getting this week is a new gunfight tournament. So basically every 2 to 3 weeks we've been getting one of these. It's going to be a new one with a new weapon blueprint that you can earn by completing it. A couple other things that we are getting are a couple of bundles. First of all, we have the Nuclear Distillery. This one looks pretty cool. It should have some sort of reactive ammo, which will be interesting to see how that looks. And then also we have the Cell Division reactive blueprint, which I'm assuming is for the weapon that you're seeing here in the image. Now, where this gets interesting is when you have a look at the roadmap, everything is used up at this point. There is nothing new that is going to be coming out, and essentially we have 2 weeks left in season 3. So over the next 2 weeks, I don't think we're going to be getting much crazy content, but we should start to see some information come out about season 4. And on top of that, there is still that option of them adding Soap McTavish as a character within Modern Warfare. When that happens, if that happens, no one really knows, but what we do know is that season 3 is drawing to an end, and we should start to see some teasers or start to see some information about season 4 soon. And by the way, if you're wondering about season 4, that should be kicking off around the 16th or 17th of June, so relatively soon. But that's all the information we have as of right now, and all the information revolving around the end of season 3. I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know what you think of all of the stories that we covered today down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, always appreciate it if you'd hit that like button. And if you like what you see and want to stay up to date on all my videos, be sure to subscribe, turn notifications on, all of that jazz. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard.